test. Hi, Deb. How are you?
Good, Janet. How are you?
Good. See if I can rename myself. I'm still having Zoom issues. It's taking me a while to get in without an echo.
That's something, huh?
So I think we have a quorum. We'll find out.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like we will have everybody but John. That's what it sounds like.
Well, probably not Jim.
Oh, yeah, right. Right. Let's see if I can find my glasses. That would be very important.
Did did Chris or Steven pick up the order of conditions for Old Farm? Hi, Zaga. How are you?
I'm sorry, Janet. I just stepped away to get my glasses.
Yeah, I was just wondering if Steve Olson or Chris picked up the order of conditions.
Well, actually, the arrangement was that they were going to pick it up. Chris was going to pick it up in the town clerk's office today.
Oh, great. Okay.
So, and Felicia was aware and she held it closely to her.
Yeah,
So,
very good. Good to have that out the door.
yeah, I'll probably check with her tomorrow morning just to make sure that he did stop by.
Yeah.
I'm having a little trouble with my camera. I'm going to reboot. So I'll be back in about 2 minutes.
Okay. So Tim is going to serve as chair. John, I just got a text from him yesterday evening. He is out of town, so he won't be coming, but I believe we have a quorum. Yep, as soon as Tim comes back. Hi, Dave. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
I was having some Zoom problems, so I apologize. You got closed out of a meeting, didn't you?
Yeah, I got clicked out. That's okay.
Yeah. So we're just waiting for one more. We're waiting for Tim to come back in. And I believe
Okay.
I believe Anna said she was going to be here, so we've got 1 minute to go. Hopefully we'll have a nice short meeting tonight.
I think we may be quick. Kara Feynman, the owner and applicant, is also on the line.
Okay.
I think our proposal is reduction, and I think he'd much prefer it.
Much better. Well, maybe. Uh,
Well, we can see you, so that's good.
yes. Something weird is happening with my background thing, but okay. Um, we seem to have a quorum.
Yeah, Anna just joined.
Great. Okay. I was all organized. I wasn't. Okay. This meeting will be held remotely pursuant to Mass Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2025, which extends through June 30th, 2027, the ability of public bodies to meet in a fully remote manner. Okay. Get my, okay, the meeting is now in session. Call to order. Or actually, I got to do a roll call vote. Amy,
Here.
Sarah,
Here.
Anna,
Here.
Vega,
Here.
great. And we have if anybody wants to make a public comment, we have a short period where you're able to do that. Just raise your hand. No one. Okay. Our first order of business is for Bridle Path Circle, an amended order of conditions. Is somebody? Oh, Janet, why don't you fill us in first?
Sure, this is really straightforward, and we do have the homeowner, Kara Feynman, and also Dave how do you pronounce your last name, Dave? I'm sorry.
Mark Woodant.
Mark Quidot is here,
Yeah.
who prepared the NOI. So you might recall at our last meeting, we approved an extension for this order of conditions, which was issued back in 2023. At that time, they were proposing a garage expansion, as well as some additional site work. Since that time, they've reduced the scope of the project to just be a shed. The resource areas on the property is a perennial stream. They are in the outer 150-foot riparian area where the proposed shed will be located. So it's a substantial reduction in terms of disturbance. Let's see, I did have a couple questions, Dave. I saw on OpenGov that you had sent out your certified abutter notices, but the green card showing receipt, your download only showed only one of those had been received. There was only one green card.
I apologize for that. I'm not aware of that. We had also done hard copies to Deb at the office. About a week or so ago, we received all the green cards except for 3. And yesterday we received one more. We're still lacking 2, but we gave Deb the white receipts as well to let her know that we had notified all the abutters. And last week we were waiting on 3. Now we're waiting on 2. So we proved to Deb, I think, that we either had a green card, she has a physical copy, or the white ticket. So
Yeah, I do. That's correct.
Yep.
Okay, very good. I think that's sufficient. I think there's always a couple folks who aren't available or who don't return those. So so that is certainly the majority of abutters have been confirmed received. So
Yep.
so that is addressed. The only other question I have, I did see on the site plan you submitted, you showed the septic line, but
Yep.
it was not identified. You identified it in your narrative, but it wasn't called out on the site plan.
We had uploaded yesterday a updated red copy that indicated the pipe from the house to the tank, and that would be the one that would be relocated, not relocated. We had a collapse about 3 feet from the house. That pipe has now been replaced. Erosion controls were put downstream of the activity. I was there today. Everything's backfilled. The erosion controls is still in place, and that part of the project has been completed.
Okay. So on the revised site plan, it shows the new septic connection in red, but
Yep.
is it labeled on the plan? New
No,
septic
but it's
pipe?
no, but it's understood. I met John Sullivan out at the site as well a couple of Thursdays ago. He inspected it. He had asked for the erosion control. I have some pictures that I could hard copies that I could forward to the board for their file. But it wasn't labeled, but understood that that was certainly the intent, that the line that was drawn was the existing pipe from house to tank.
Okay, okay. I will simply make a notation on the final approved plan in the permit file. I'll make a notation. Okay.
Okay.
so, with those two items addressed, unless Dave, is there anything you want to add to the project description?
The only thing I just wanted to mention is that you're absolutely right about the old order. The only thing I just wanted to mention is that no work has ever been undertaken with that old order. The site remains the same as it was, since 23. No work has ever been done. So the shed would be the first alteration of this DEP number.
Okay, and I did do a recent site inspection and I can confirm that.
Yep. Good.
So, my recommendation to the commission is to approve the amended order of conditions with 10 special conditions. One is that the original order of conditions, all those special conditions still apply. And some of the 10 overlap, but I think given the new shed location, I'd recommend that the amended order reference the 10 special conditions outlined in my report, and no waivers are required.
Great. I would point out that you in your report, you said the work area goes from 2919 to 1200, but it really goes to 268,
Okay, let's see.
which is the area of the shed, because the other stuff went away.
Yes, that's right.
I can answer that.
Right.
Yeah, so the original alteration was 2919. You're right, the shed is 264 square feet. The work around it, which encompasses minor grading, is the limited disturbance is at 1,200 square feet, which brings that down to 2.53%.
Great. Oh yeah, any reduction is good.
Yep.
I will entertain a motion to close the hearing.
Oh, excuse
sorry,
me.
Go ahead.
I just have one question.
Sure.
Item number 10 on chapter 159 stormwater bylaw. I very briefly did some research on that. Is that a relatively new bylaw in
Yes,
town?
yes, that was passed 2 years ago at town meeting.
Okay. So I guess I'm not sure if we apply. I know that a lot of the bylaw is erosion control related, but a lot of the activity references alteration of 44,000 square feet, 100 cubic yards. Is that something that we just go through protocols and maybe meet with the DPW and town engineer to see if we're even applicable to do?
Yes, so
Okay.
it probably is a formality, but
Yep.
anyone who comes through for a wetlands permit, we do
Okay.
require that they at least touch base and review the project with the town engineer.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Hey, any other questions?
Nope.
I'll second. Are you looking for a second?
I'm looking for a motion.
A motion. Oh, Amy.
I move that we approve the
No,
project,
no,
the
no,
amendment.
no. Got to close the hearing.
Oh, close the hearing. Move to close the hearing.
Now you
We
can
need you, Tim.
Second.
second. Okay. All in favor. Amy,
Aye.
Sega,
Aye.
Sarah,
Aye.
Anna. The motion passes.
Aye.
Oh,
unanimously.
and before Dave, before you leave, I believe in OpenGov, the planning department indicated you would need to come before them. So for,
Yes, I've met with Melissa.
okay,
We started filing today, and I think we're all uploaded. We're anticipated to be on the April 27th agenda. Um, I think it's going to be pretty much straightforward based on the size of the project. But yeah, we should be up and filed. We're going to check in with Melissa tomorrow, and then we have just the fee to pay.
great. And then you also will need to pull a building permit because it's greater than 200 square feet.
Yes, absolutely. We don't have any architectural plans yet, but that's Kara's one of Kara's tasks forthcoming.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
I will
Thank you.
entertain a motion on the hearing, on the OOC amendment.
I move to approve the amendment as presented
Second.
With,
with the special conditions outlined by Janet.
Second.
okay, all in favor? Dega,
Aye.
Sarah,
Aye.
Amy,
Aye.
Anna.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
And we're on to 31 Springdale, non-compliance with enforcement.
So I saw Will Mitchell today at the townhouse, and he was planning to join us, but he's not on until 7:50.
Oh,
So
okay. Why don't we look at the Deb, you sent out three
Old minutes,
old minutes, yeah,
Yeah.
that you redid.
yes, from 20,
Right.
24.
I only have, I actually did look at them, and I have one comment that in the first one,
Mm-hmm.
you spelled Carol Lisbon's name wrong.
Oh,
You
no.
left off the B on the first time you used her name. So,
Okay, I will correct that.
anybody else have a chance to look at them?
I believe
Okay.
so. Let me
So just to give you a little context on this, the DPW Fuel Island, technically that didn't have to come before us because it was just outside the 100-foot, but planning had to approve that under their site plan requirements. Board of Selectmen did. There's been a lot of abutter and neighborhood pushback on this. This is scheduled to go to town meeting in less than a month. So there was a FOIA request for all documents related to any discussion of this item. So that's why Deb and I had to scramble. This was discussed at these three meetings. So these minutes only reference the Fuel Island discussion.
Mhm. I was wondering about that.
yeah, is the process that when we get to the other minutes, we amend this or we submit a second set?
So are they simply extracted, or are they modified at all?
Looks like it says draft. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Will be
no, it
quiet.
does say draft, but I'm not sure if it's simply extracted. We don't need to approve it because we already did.
No, they're not extracted. This is the first time we're seeing this since
Okay,
our backlog
Great.
is quite large.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So we need to approve these.
Yes.
Okay. Why don't we just do them? I think we can do them all three at once. If somebody
Jan-
has the,
Janet, did you did you write these or did you already make the correction since I don't see your usual red line?
Yes. Just because there was some urgency in getting these done, Deb drafted these,
Uh-huh.
and then I reviewed and edited them.
Okay, so the drafts that she sent us are already reviewed by you.
That's right.
Okay, great. Thank you. Just want to make sure.
Looks
Well, let's go
good
back
to
to it.
my notes are not nearly this thorough, so this seems like what I remember.
Okay. I will entertain a motion to approve the 3 sets of minutes.
Move
Or
to
the-
approve the 3 sets of minutes on the fuel refill station. Sorry,
Okay.
can't
Second.
remember what it's called.
All in favor, Zega,
Aye.
Anna,
Aye.
Sarah,
Aye.
Amy,
Hi.
passes. Okay, do we have any other business? Well, let's see, what time is it? We should be on momentarily. I think probably should wait on the land management.
I can do a quick update on the Charles River Cleanup Day.
Oh, great.
We'll knock that out. Not much to report, just that we have the announcement in a variety of places. I posted on Facebook. It's in our town. It's on the Evite Eventbrite, and they're starting to send me information about that has a waiver for people to sign who sign up, and I'm in touch with them for going to actually pick up like trash bags and work gloves and stuff like that. So it's moving along.
I actually saw it in the Appalachian Mountain Club's Bay Circuit Trail newsletter 2 days ago. So it's making the rounds.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot it. It is actually that part of Porter Woodlands is now part of the Bay Circuit Trail. They have them coming out of Rocky Narrows, crossing the bridge, and then going into Porter and up to Smith Street, and then along Farm Street to the region.
Yeah.
I talked really briefly to the sustainability coordinator in Sherburne about this and where if we could do parking on the Sherburne side, just because she and I happen to be at the same event and she thinks their police would go for it. So I'll give them a call soon.
Great.
I will.
Hello.
So, Janet, you were saying.
Yes. So as you'll recall, a couple of meetings ago, we met with Will to talk about the status of compliance with this enforcement order. There were 2 action items. The first was for me to do a site inspection with Will. I did meet him out there and also with John. That was on the 27th. And we had asked him to re-secure the silt fence and the compost sock just so it was doing its job. He sent out some pictures today showing that work has been done. The second, we wanted to see as soon as possible the existing condition site plan showing the property line and the extent of fill and disturbance. And so again, Will sent that out today. So tonight, it's really just an update and to see if commissioners have any questions. The next step, Will is in contact with Paul McManus, and the next step, the previous wetland consultant Goddard on this sort of had developed half a plan, and Paul wanted to see some revisions. And Will has hired a new wetland professional who will be taking over the restoration work moving forward. Will, any other updates that I missed?
No, I think that pretty much brings us to today. I don't know if you wanted to discuss the trench project, Janet, or if that's better served at at a later time when we have more material.
Well, you could summarize, as you'll recall, it's technically defined as a stream, an intermittent
Hmm.
stream that was culverted. Um, and the question has been, how do we treat that? Um, Will had a Will indicated he had a conversation with Paul about where best to relocate that on the site. So that will sort of be a work in progress, I think.
Yeah. So just, I mean, I'll give everyone the kind of the spark notes on it, but I kind of mentioned some of like the funding issues in the last meeting. So, kind of an idea that we came up with was to restore the trench and just shift it kind of southwest by like 10 or 20 feet and restore the same footprint of the trench as far as, length and width. Um, but by shifting it, it serves a few purposes. And I would shift it to kind of straddle the property line because I own two parcels there that are subdivided. So to shift the trench and kind of put it straddling the property line between the two, it would kind of serve as a natural barrier between the two properties. So there really wouldn't be any need to kind of, or any reason for anyone to interact with the trench. It would, again, it would kind of just serve as a property line, and we could landscape around it and plant around it, and potentially do fencing and so on and so forth. So it allows the trench to go back, and then just by shifting it, the benefit there is it unlocks me to be able to kind of leverage my second lot and be able to get some funding. So I can just collateralize that lot and have somebody lend against it. So that would kind of unlock a lot more capital for me to be able to kind of progress with the restoration and kind of do a much more comprehensive solution than the phased approach that would have to happen just if I'm making it happen on my own dime. So that was something that I wanted to throw out there.
And the other thing that should be happening while the commission will oversee the restoration,
Yeah.
there's the issue of the encroachment onto
Yeah.
DLCT land. And I think the commission would take the lead, once DLCT determines how they'd like to see that encroachment
Yeah.
addressed. We would just make sure that the commission's comfortable and, so I think, Will, you had said you are reaching out to Amy or.
I reached out to Steven and
Okay.
I just kind of updated him and let him know that we had everything staked out and surveyed at this point. And his response was he just wants to see the plan, the physical plan, but B, the restoration plan. And I think it makes the most sense to deliver a separate restoration plan to DLCT just because, just relevant to what's germane to them. So we can kind of, agree on that aspect of it between the two of us. And we'll progress on the restoration for the rest of the property separately, but I think it just makes sense to deliver them, kind of their own plan, and then we can kind of talk about that and come up with something that works for them.
Do you want me to weigh in with my other hat on, or I don't, Will, I don't know if you know, but I'm also the president of DLCT.
Mhm.
So we had spoken with the commission, and I think you guys early on. I think when it first came up, I was just a trustee. But anyway, so I couldn't have spoken then, but
Mhm.
I think Tom and Stephen spoke with John about doing a joint restoration plan so that it was all fully coordinated with the commission, so that also save you the expense of doing two
Mhm.
restoration plans. That's what we did with the trustees did with a violation in another part of town. So we thought we'd sort of run it the same way. In terms of what we'd like to see, we just like to see it, all the fill removed. And I think that makes sense for the commission too. I don't imagine they really want a bunch of fill in a buffer zone. But you know, that's my first thoughts on it. I don't know, I can certainly meet you out there and we can talk about it on site, so I can actually have a view of what's actually happening, which I was waiting for you to get the plan before we bothered to get out there.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to come out, in the next week, I'm pretty wide open. So, if you want to just send me an email.
Okay. Yeah, Friday afternoon works pretty well for me, so maybe we could do something then.
Yeah, it's probably really fun.
So I'll shoot you an email and we can confirm it, and I'll see if Steven's going to be around. He's very busy these days, so he might or might not be able to join us. He's actually starting to transition his ranger duties to others at the moment because of the amount of, but this may be a project that he's holding on to. I have to talk to him and find out.
Okay.
And I had mentioned to Will that certainly we, both the commission and I'm sure DLCT will want to see some permanent bounds along the property line. That will be one of the important requirements of the plan. I think that's good progress. So the next step is I will just touch base with Paul to make sure he is overseeing this on behalf of the commission and moving this along. But the next step would be to have, a full draft restoration plan for the commission's review. And the hope is to maybe start doing some planting then during the spring season. Okay. Any other questions by the commission?
Just when whether Will has any idea when his new restoration plan might be available to see.
Yeah, I don't honestly think there's much work to do. It's really just synthesizing Paul's comments against the original plan. So, as far as a man-hours endeavor, that's pretty accomplishable. And, I relayed that to kind of the people, helping me out. So my hope is by the next meeting that should be able to be delivered.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, anything else? Thanks, Will. So on to our land management work group update.
Yeah, let's see. We've had a pretty busy couple weeks. So let's see, our last meeting included Bill Zaga was there. It was great to see you. We talked about the initial efforts he's doing about getting oriented to the properties, what our goals are and such. Honestly, we're super excited to be working with him and we're really thrilled about what he's doing so far. We scheduled for the 27th a meeting with him to go through in more detail what our goals are, long term, et cetera. So if anyone can join, that would be great. But just to weigh in there. After that, I think we expect to do some site work. Obviously, Janet, tell me if I've missed something. We also had a really productive meeting with Minuteman. I think we mentioned before, they contacted us to see if there were any projects they could do. And they've got some bluebird boxes to hang. So do we have fields for them? Yes, we have fields for them. But also their environmental science students are qualified to certify vernal pools. So we are organizing with them. With his LiDAR data, Rick has found a bunch of candidate vernal pools. So they're going out tomorrow, most likely, to go and try and certify vernal pools in Wildwoods, or not certify them if they're not actually vernal pools. But we were wondering if that had already been done.
Yes.
Okay.
Paul's already done a few, and then there were a couple that weren't
Okay.
vernal, if that helps. They are on Mass Mapper. So
Okay.
if he checks
Check
Mass
that.
Mapper, he can see, but I think unfortunately
They might have found the same ones. Yeah, okay. I'll tell them to check Mass Mapper. They're also
Wildwoods and Snow Hill have both been
done. Okay.
Quite a bit.
Okay. Then
And
we will have to
Boynton
find
done
new ones.
Yeah. But I don't think we've done anything in Greg, and there might be some in Ponzi.
Sounds good. Okay. I'll pass it
um,
on. But regardless, we're very excited, even if those don't
And maybe
pan out.
if he wants to look at, I mean, the other public, the other
Yeah.
thing, I don't know if it really makes that much difference, but oh no, I'm gonna forget the name of it. It's down on the river and it's all wet, but it might have some
Bartlett Pines.
No, Bartlett Pines might have some too, but I don't think so. I think that's mostly streams, because that's the delta of Trout Brook. I was thinking, is it Snow? No. What's the name of that property? It belongs to the Concom. Look at my little list. Where is it?
Where's the property?
On Scott.
Oh,
Why I always think of it Snow, but it's Scott. Yeah.
similar
Scott,
sound.
the Scott property, or Greg,
Or Ponzi.
or Ponzi, or those are probably good candidates for him.
Okay. I just texted him. So that's happening. Also, Greg was taught they have some students who do GIS work that did for the town of Burlington. So Greg is talking to the faculty member who runs that effort to see if there's anything to do here. And then we were also talking with them about our benches placed on trails project we've been kicking around. And that was possibly very much up their alley. So
Oh, good.
we
That's
are
what I was going to ask. Okay.
yeah, we're really excited about this. We'll see where it goes. Also weather dependent, we are going to put the bog bridge from last year out on the beach trail in Wildwoods this weekend. So if anyone's interested or know people who are interested, we don't need a lot of hands, which is why we didn't do an Eventbrite thing. But yeah, I think that covers it. Jen, did I miss anything?
The only other thing of interest, I think, in our discussions with Bill about one of the elements is stakeholder outreach. So as we're putting together sort of this land management plan holistically, it makes sense to touch base with the other open space organizations and also town departments that have open space and abut our land as well. So that would be Park and Rec, that would be DLCT, that would be the trustees. Who are our other stakeholders? We'd
Hunt
want
Club.
we'd want to come talk to Open Space Committee and the
The
Board of
Hunt-
Selectmen. Yeah, municipal land.
Did you say Hunt Club?
Oh,
I
no,
did.
but Hunt Club was on the list. Yes, thank you.
Yep.
So that it will be on his to-do list, is to reach out to those organization once he's a little bit further along. And then the other thing we had talked about was whether or not to have like a public forum on this to try to get feedback from the public on what their interests or priorities might be on our conservation land. Now, that could be a significant amount of work. And I don't know, I think it's more important to reach out to the stakeholders, because um, the connection in terms of trails, but also how they manage their property, that will inform our plan. So I don't know, we don't have to make any decisions now, but it was just an idea we threw out, whether or not to have like a full community meeting on this. It could go both ways. It could go sideways too. We could get a lot
Yeah.
of complaints that we just, someone could say, "Oh, somebody's encroaching. I saw that." And so um, be careful what you ask for, I
Yeah.
guess.
I think less is more at
Okay.
this point.
Okay, that sounds good. Also, just checking our minutes, I forgot. I heard news that it may be possible to treat for beach leaf nematode. Brookline did some research on this, so I'm going to pursue that and come back. One of our the Beach Grove at Wildwoods seems to be pretty affected by the nematode, and if there are ways to save it, we would love to. So, gonna go research that.
Great.
I think that's it. Got an action-packed couple months.
Yes. Busy. Make hay while the sun shines, right? The drought status.
Oh, we missed a couple things there, Tim.
Oh. Never mind. I got the first one.
Yeah. So just wanted to follow up on our conversation.
Active permits, etc.
Actually going back
Oh, no,
up.
okay, I'm looking at the wrong place.
Okay.
Yes, land encroachment, restriction compliance,
Right.
165 Center Street.
Yes. And so my notes show that we were going to send, I think I got this right, that the next step, we know who the owner is, that's Paul Gaynor, and that we were just going to send out a draft letter indicating that we would like to meet with him to review the CR. Is that everyone else's recollection?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Deb, I don't know, have you and John worked on that letter? Has that gone out yet?
No, it has not gone out.
Okay.
And, some months ago, I shared the letter with John, but I don't know if I actually got a final confirmation on that particular letter. I can bring it back up to surface and I can put everybody's name on that. And, we don't have to have a meeting about it. Maybe people can just tell me, including John, if that suffices.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Send out the draft you have to everyone.
Right.
Okay.
Very good. And then 157 Center, we decided to hold off. That property's on the market and that we would reach out to the new owner. There's no violation there, but that we just wanted to make sure the new owner was aware of the CR.
Okay.
So we'll wait for the new owner. 2 Hunt Drive, again, this is a possible encroachment on conservation land. And I think John had said he would follow up to look at the files in the office to see what kind of, if we have actually a surveyed plan of that conservation land. I would hope we would, when we accepted it, that we would have had a surveyed plan, and that can help inform us going forward. But so that was the first step, just to do some research before we decided on a course of action.
Does anybody know who the owner might be on that? Just in case I need an alternate way of looking it up.
Nope.
I don't. So 2 Hunt Drive, is that
Kind of in the middle of Hunt Drive.
Two Hunts.
It's
It's just past the Hunt Club stuff.
it's
Oh,
just
okay.
it's across the street from the Hunt Club. It's on
It's on the Medfield line, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So is it
Um,
I can
Not
I
quite.
can look up who the owner is right now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Patriot Properties has an actual human name instead of a trust, so those people look possible.
Okay. Okay. All right. I will.
Two Hunt Drive is Alana and somebody Sergaeva is their last name. I don't know how you
Sergeyeva?
pronounce it.
Sergeyeva?
Seems possible.
Sergaeva.
Yeah,
Sergeyeva?
sounds
And,
familiar. So I think
and
there must have
Alana
been
is Alena.
Yeah.
And she has a husband, but his name's not showing here because it's not got enough room.
Okay.
It truncates but
Sounds familiar.
if
So
you
I
ask
think
the
I pulled
assessor,
it.
they can tell you the full name,
Okay.
or I can go look at the.
No, that's okay. No, it just sounds very familiar. So I have something. I'll just go back in on Monday morning and pull it and share what I do have. But it does sound very familiar. Remember the name.
Okay. Um, and then we at the last meeting, Amy, we didn't really talk in detail about the DLCT Pine Street CR.
Okay.
But I know you said send out the draft. And has that gone to the state for review already?
No, it has. No,
No.
we wanted to get all of everybody's comments on it and get it to almost a final form, and then you send it. Then you send it through the state review process. You don't give the state anything that's gonna, because if it changes, then it has to go back to the state.
Okay.
So you want to get all of our comments in first because, or all the conservation commission or town comments first. So I don't know if I don't think it's even gone to Nina.
I know that you'd made comments that some of the text seemed to have been like copy and pasted from a different CR, and so some of the details were not accurate for the Pine Street lot.
Right. I haven't changed any of the comments that I made, which I made before I became a trustee. At DLCT, it was that long ago. I mean, I've only been at DLCT for 2.5 years, so it's not that
It,
surprising.
it's
But
been a long time that
well, what we've discovered now is that the uh the Porter Trust, the Porter Woodlands CR has also gotten stuck in probably at Anderson Krieger. So that, and it was because
That's no good.
it got stuck because COVID hit right as we basically got everything nailed down to be good. And then because my last email for it is December 29th, 2019.
Mhm.
I was gonna say,
And
I
I
thought it
said,
was supposed to
"Yay,
be
we're
10 years.
yay,
That's
it's all fixed." And then
oh, okay.
and then radio silence for some reason. Because I went to look at the registry to find the terms so that I could find out for Anna and Zega whether or not we could park in the lower field if it wasn't too wet, which it is now. So it's a good thing we didn't decide to do that. But yeah, so anyway, couldn't find it in the registry because it's not there yet.
I think because
So
it's sitting in my Google Drive, and I sporadically made comments to it and then forgot about it. So I will write this down
the
and do it.
oh,
The
that's the Pine Street, but I'm talking about Porter,
the
which
other
was
one.
2 years before that. Porter, it's
Whoops.
done. It's just stuck at Anderson Creek or somewhere. And Gil Mena, who's the DLCT person who was leading that charge is gonna talk to Nina and Jillian and find out where it is.
Hmm.
Because he doesn't have it. He's at Goodwin Proctor, but it's not there. It's not there. It's not at Goodwin. It's not in Goodwin's system, so he can't move it forward.
Nice. Love this.
It's in Anderson Krieger somehow. I don't know why they were writing the CR, but they are.
So Amy, just for clarification, so at some point in the process, the Concom has to take a formal vote, but that will be after all comments, including town council's comments, have been incorporated.
Correct.
Okay, okay. So this is
And
just,
then the selectmen also have to vote.
yes.
And then it goes to the state for the signature. But so what happens is that everybody makes their comments, makes their changes, town council signs off. It's all perfect. Then we vote on it and sign. Selectmen vote on it and sign. But before we vote on it, the state reviews it and kicks back any of their comments, and we have to make those changes, and then we vote. But we don't, the state does a preliminary review, which is where that's where Hale's CRs are right now, is they're in the preliminary review by the state. And once the state gives their blessing that they're going to sign it, then everybody else signs it quick as little bunnies. And then then the state signs it last, and then it gets recorded.
So I did review it. I won't say I scrutinized it though, because it's not our CR. We're not the holder, the grantee.
Right.
But
we are taking it. So we have to believe, and we paid for it. Right? We use conservation funds for it. So we should make sure that the terms are correct.
oh, so we are the grantee, the Concom.
No, we are the grantee. Sorry.
We
Okay.
are?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was DLCT.
DLCT is the grantor.
So
Oh.
they own it. So that you own
We own the fee.
I see. Okay. So I'd suggest I will resend this out for the next meeting, or is there an urgency here? Okay.
Doesn't feel like
Been
it.
sitting for 7 years.
Well, no, this one has,
No, this one's not.
Yeah.
This
I'm
one's a
getting too many. Yeah,
2019 purchase.
okay. All right.
This decade, mostly.
I will resend that out again and people can take a closer look at it. But it was drafted by an attorney for DLCT?
It was Sarah Stewart, who's also an attorney, but she was a corporate attorney. So she, not at a law firm, she was at Reebok. So it was a little different. But I think she was unfortunately working with, Vinnie O'Brien, which is why it's a dog's breakfast.
And do you know if a baseline,
I didn't say that in public.
Yes, you
do
did.
you know if a baseline report has been done for the property? And if
No,
it's been
I can tell
surveyed?
you it hasn't, but we will have a land management report by the end of the year because we're
Okay.
applying for terra firma in January, and that requires
Exciting.
land management reports for every property.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll use that. I'm sure we'll use that for the baseline, I hope.
Okay, very good. Let's see. Now another property came up during our land management work group meeting, which was 139 Center Street. They're proposing a solar array in the back right corner that abuts the CR. And Greg Cahoon brought up some concerns about how close that is to the CR and if they're, how closely the property owner is looking at the CR and what the restrictions may be.
It's not some so conservation owns the CR. It was whatever it was. I think I sent it to you, didn't I, Janet?
You
I
probably
can
did.
I can pull it up.
Okay.
But it was it was part of the Wild Woods purchase that the Gibbons gave, who are the property owners at the time, gave sold or gave a piece of land to, let's see, sold or gave a piece of land, the other lot, to the Conservation Commission, and the CR is a 99-year it's not really, it's a deed restriction ish on the lot. I can,
Is 139 the new one? The
yeah,
development you can't see, it goes all
yeah.
the way in the back.
Mhm.
That when you're in the back of Wild Woods, you can see
And
the house from the trails.
yeah, so, and it may be, so it was granted to TPL at the time because um uh they were the owner of the lot that it was to benefit, and now we own the lot that it was to benefit. And I think it running, so, and it says running in favor of all current and future owners of the conservation lot. The conservation lot is part of Wild Woods now. So right now, Lot A, which is 139, is not allowed to be subdivided into more than 2 house lots, which it's fine because it's only one. Construction of any fencing on Lot 3A, which is 139, along the property line of 3B, which is taller than 4 feet in height and which is constructed of material other than natural. Oh, they're not permitted to build a fence along the property line which is higher than 4 feet or which is constructed of material other than natural toned wood. That's all, those are the only restrictions.
So if they put up the solar array, they can't put a fence in front of it.
They cannot put a fence,
Over 4
you
feet.
have to have a fence around a solar array, I believe. And of the size that it looks like they're putting there. If the
Well,
picture,
it sort of begs the question, if the fence was prohibited to allow access, you could, depending on the solar array.
it's more of the site to the, anyway, I can share.
Okay.
Do you want me to share screen, or you want me just to send this to you again? Or
Yeah, why don't you send that to me again? And I will be in touch with their wetland consultant just to touch base, make sure they're aware of the CR and find out what their plans are exactly, and maybe have them come in and talk to us just to make sure they're aware of the restriction. But it sounds like it's a minimal restriction. I mean, they could put a structure.
there is also a deeded to the Concom right of way on the a little bit of a corner, but
Yeah.
and when they were sharing, when they showed when they were talking about sorry, I'm just trying to send you this before I forget. When we were doing their house permitting, we made them aware of the little corner right of way trail thing, and I just don't know if the solar array is going in that corner, in which case they've got a problem or
Yeah.
we've got a problem.
Okay.
Let me see if
All
I
right.
can find the.
I'll take a look at that and then run that by their consultant and let them then determine if there is a conflict at which they need to come in and talk to us about.
I don't think, do I have the, there's the deed.
I mean, in an ideal world, and this is something that will be included in Bill's plan in terms of um, how often we should be walking our CRs, and there's like a monitoring, like
What
once
you're,
a year there's a monitoring worksheet he'll provide us, and certainly when we know there's a new owner, there's like a pro forma letter we can send out to new owners, just putting them on notice and maybe meeting with them on the site. Um,
Which is
but
great because I mean we all think that the realtors are going to do that, but they don't.
yeah.
Um, Next, updates on
Okay.
active permits, compliance enforcement, and wetland protection issues.
Yes. So,
You're on
um,
again.
all right. I was out at our favorite property on Claybrook Road, Lot 3-4, with our vernal pool.
Hmm.
They've completed the work on the house. I was out for just like a pretty much a final walkthrough. Um, and boy, that vernal pool, I've never seen it so expansive. Um, it's fed directly by surface water, so it was very full. I saw plenty of egg masses. It looked like a very healthy vernal pool, so that's good news.
Great.
They have a report coming into us soon on the vernal pool health. They are still monitoring migration to the pool to make sure there's no impact. They also are coming in with a plan on their invasive management work. And again, the site looked pretty good. I did not see any invasives. It's still a little early. Um, and then they also had to do a wetland replication because they put a driveway through a portion of the wetlands. And the replication area again looks good. So their
great.
plan is to probably come in for their certificate of compliance. That would be early summer, probably. But I just wanted to let you know I had been out to the site and it actually looks pretty good. So I did come home with a large family of ticks on me. But
It's been
anyway,
bad this year. At least
yeah,
in my little corner of the woods.
I had all sorts of spray on me, but I still got them. So
Mm.
anyways, let's see. Our drought status. This is sort of interesting. I did send out an email today. So for DEP, we are located in the Northeast region for the DEP Wetlands Program. But for the state drought program, we're right on the border and we're technically in the southeast portion. So the Northeast drought area is at now been downgraded to a level 1, a minor drought from a level 2. The southeast portion, which we are in, has just been downgraded from a level 2 to a level 0, which is normal conditions. So, um, as you probably saw from that email, there was some discussion of, that's kind of curious because all the other towns around us that are in the Northeast that abut us are in a level 1, still in a level 1 drought. So, anyways, that's just an interesting wrinkle in that program. But luckily, I have not heard of any permits that there's going to be any kind of challenge to a perennial stream. Um, so it doesn't have a direct implication for us. But anyways, that's just an update on that. Um, let's see. We talked about Earth Day. I did have a question. Um, in the past, when I think the town does its overall town cleanup, the DPW comes around and gets the garbage bags. I'm wondering, do you want me to shoot an email to DPW. Do we want them to take away anything from our cleanup? Or what was the plan for getting that stuff off the site?
Yeah, if they are willing to do it, that would be great. If
Okay.
not, I'm happy to lug stuff over to the transfer station myself. So
We're kind of expecting a lot more hacking of Bittersweet than removing trash.
Right, right.
Amy, you're muted.
Please don't put that into compost.
no.
That's true. The plan is to throw that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they get mad if you put vegetable matter into the dumpsters.
Oh.
So that's why but what you can do is you can solarize it. You can put it in black bags and stick it in the sun until it's dead, really dead.
Sounds good. Maybe I should stop throwing my Bittersweet into my own trash then.
Well, they probably, I mean, as long as they don't notice, but I had a lot when I was taking some stuff out of this, pulling garlic mustard out of my fields. It's coming in from my neighbor because
Nice.
she just mows it. And then
Nice.
I pull it. So anyway, I
So-
think I'm ahead of it, but it was I was filling up multiple grain bags full of garlic mustard. And they got mad at me. Well, they got mad at Cam. They told him that it should go in the compost, and I told Carol that was not a good idea because I was going to spread garlic mustard around the whole town. And so they went and got a dispensation or something but because our trash gets incinerated, they get mad if it's heavy, if it has vegetable matter in it, blah, blah, blah. So Wade just tries to keep it clean, and sometimes it's not. So I don't know, but if you're going to be pulling Bittersweet and other invasives, just tie the bags real tight so they don't know what's in there.
Give our disposal more thought than I have.
And I guess depending on so let me know if you're just going to leave it there. I'll let DPW know that for pickup. But if it's not too much and you can take it away yourself, that would be good.
Yeah.
Well, or ask CRWA how you should be disposing of the invasives.
Yeah,
That's
we
a good
could check with
idea.
them.
They probably have a thought because they organize
They have to do
Bittersweet pulls from time to time.
Yeah, and the water chestnuts too.
Zaga, do you want to email them? I assume
Yeah.
you've been in more contact. Sounds good.
And I think that's it. There's an environmental law update coming. That's not until May 14th, and I'll shoot out the program announcement. That could be interesting. And then that is a focus on wetlands law. So, and I think that is it.
Great.
Nice.
But it's only 8:30.
I know. It's
Does
supposed to go
anybody
till
have
midnight
any
or
other
something.
business?
No.
Don't.
In
I'd
that
like to go to bed.
case, hearing no objection, the meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, everyone.
night,
Great.
everybody.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Tim.
Tim.
Night.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Tim.
Tim.
Bye.
Night.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.